guys. Oh my god, what the fuck. Hi guys. Today I'm actually very happy today, you know. And I'm a little hyper because I haven't slept all night. So yeah, that's why I'm a little, oh my god, you know. I thought I would make this video today because there's a lot of things that's happened today. In my opinion. So first of all, I hadn't slept all night, which makes me a little fucked in the head, you know. So I had had a meeting with my psychologist, which went fine, I guess. It's always hard to talk to a psychologist, but that's not weird. It's hard because you get to talk about stuff that's hard to talk about, that you don't really want to talk about, because I've spent a lot of years like trying to forget it, you know, and then it's getting dug up again, so that's cool. No. So but it went like generally fine, you know. And then after that I went to see my general practitioner, because the last time I had an EKG, there was a little heart flicker, as I've told you guys. So I need to take a new one. So I got to take a new one today, and but something else happened which I didn't expect, because I didn't get to talk to my general practitioner because it's like vacation time or something in Denmark, I don't know. But I got another doctor and she was very sweet. And she has an eating disorder, which is very unusual because you really don't see that in the medical field professionally. Anyways, she has an eating disorder, and if you are new to my channel or you don't know me, I've had, in my opinion, eating disorder for like 6 years, and I've never felt that I got recognized or got recognition in terms of getting validated that my thoughts about me being or me having an eating disorder, because I got told when I got discharged, or what's it called, I got to go home from the psychiatric ward, and I told them in the final like meeting I got there before I got to go home, I told them, because I could feel like it's the eating disorder is always there in the back of my mind, but sometimes it flares up and get worse. So I know the whole gist, and I know when it's getting worse and all that. So I told the doctors there that I could feel that a bad episode was coming, and I told them that I would like to talk to someone about it because I didn't want it to get as bad as it is now. And they said to me, and I mean, a doctor told me this, and he said, "You're not skinny enough." And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, that's something you never should tell or say to a individual struggling with an eating disorder, even though you maybe have an eating, because like people think that you can only have an eating disorder if you're skinny as fuck, like really skinny. But that's not the case. You can have an eating disorder and you can weigh like 200 pounds and you have an eating disorder. So, and like for example, bulimia, you are normal weight, but you're still like fucked because you have an eating disorder. And I don't mean fucked in like a bad way, you know? And because I'm fucked myself, so that's nice. But anyways, I felt very validated about that from that doctor, because she went through the same things as I'm going through right now, and I told her all of my like experiences and like symptoms of it, and she said, okay, my alarm bells is ringing a lot right now. And I was like, why? And she said, because from everything you just told me, I would say that you have an eating disorder and this needs to be taken seriously. And I was like taken aback because I was like, I've never experienced that, so I was just like, what the fuck, you know? But I felt so validated, you know, like someone was finally listening to me, and I felt validated for the first time about that. Anyways, also I had last time I was at the doctor's, I got a blood test taken, and I got answers. And at that point, another doctor told me like it felt like she didn't think it was a big deal, and like there was nothing there, and it's fine, and so I didn't think it was a big deal. But I told the current doctor that I saw today that there's something about my liver counts that was off, and she then decided to go and look at them, my tests, and from her being like happy and giddy, you know, she just changed facial expression so fast, and I was like, okay, what the hell is wrong? Am I dying? And she told me all the numbers, like everything with like calcium and my kidney function and my liver function and all that. She told me, Emily, this is not good. And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, because your body is shutting down. And I was just like, what? And she's like, yeah, your body's shutting down because you don't eat. And I was just like, holy fuck, you know? Because one thing is that you can tell that I'm not eating enough, and that's fine and all that. But like getting a lab test and the numbers, like you can see that I'm not eating enough, which is kind of weird, because in my mind I can tell that I'm not eating enough, but like I've never been like having a test done and you can tell on the test that I don't eat enough. So that was kind of scary. And she also said to me that, does your kidneys hurt? And I'm like, yeah, it's like it's been consistently hurting, but it flares up sometimes, and it's been like that for 6 months approximately. And she said, okay, because your kidney function is not optimal. What's it called? You know what I mean. It's not functioning as it should. And I was just like, okay, what does that mean? And she said, okay, I'm gonna talk with her boss, a doctor, more skilled apparently than her. And then I sat in the room alone, and I was just like, okay, am I dying? Then she came back and she said, okay, I just talked to the doctor about what we should do. And he told me that next time you feel a bad episode that is worse than normally, you should call here immediately, and you are gonna get a urinary test. Is that what it's called? Pee test. To see if there's something with my kidneys. So that's nice, and I was kind of taken back about that also, because my doctor's office, they never offer if you call in, you can come and get looked at the same day. You have to like make an appointment, and you like it can be around a week before you can get seen by a doctor. So I was kind of worried that like one day and you get like the same day in, so I was kind of worried, you know. I talk a lot, man. It's because I haven't slept, and I get like, oh, what the fuck, you know. Also, like the last thing that is like, what the fuck, is that I had self-harmed, and my scars, in my opinion, was infected. And the doctor, she said, no, there's not infection in this. And I'm like, yes there is. And then I explained to her why I meant that there's an infection in it, and she's like, no, there's not. And I was just like, okay, she's a doctor, maybe I'm just like overreacting or I'm being hypercritical, and yeah, I was just like, okay, she's a doctor, fine, da da da. And then today, because we had like a swab test of the wounds, see if there was any bacteria, and today I got the answer, and my doctor that I saw today, she told me, yes, indeed, there was infection in it. And I was just like, yeah, I know, like I knew. And then the doctor came in, the one that told me that I didn't have an infection. And the first thing I told her when she opened the door, I was just like, what did I say? What did I tell you? And of course she came with the lame excuse like, oh yeah, no, all doctors can make mistakes. We are humans too. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But you gotta understand that infection is so obvious. Like there's textbook obvious science, because it's not like rocket science to see that you have an infection in your wounds, because generally symptoms for an infected wound is, firstly, it's what do you call it? It like swells up, swells. It's very red. It hurts when you touch it. It's warm, and there's like some kind of pus coming out of it. And I had all of those symptoms, and that's why I knew there was an infection in it. But she was adamant, no, there's not an infection in it. And I was just like, yeah, bitch, I know there is. Like, this is stupid. Because I was kind of taken aback, because she's a doctor and she should know that, because it's so obvious. Like, I'm a patient, and even I could tell there was an infection, and she's a doctor and she couldn't. Like, I was just like, are you a fucking, like, brain dead or something? I was like, what the fuck? But that was kind of it. I mean, that I had to tell you guys. As I say, I want to know how you've been, and if you had a good weekend. I want to know, so you can just comment down below. And also, I need to tell you that my Instagram DMs are always open, so you can always write me, and you're not you don't bother me by writing me a DM, because I like to converse with you guys, because I want to get to know you, because you guys know me, but I don't know you, and I want to know you guys. Also, if you're interested in my weekend, I spent Friday at my place here, just chilling, and Saturday to Sunday I was at my mom's house, and of course slept over. And that was very, very nice. We had a great time. So yeah. Also, I have ordered like maybe the start of last week. I think it was Monday or something, like a week ago. I ordered some clothes from a site called Everything 5 Pounds, and I just love that shop, because everything is literally 5 pounds. And if I should convert 5 pounds to dollars, I would say it's like maybe $1 or $2, and it's incredible. But I don't know if they ship to the US, but they ship. It's a UK based website, but they obviously ship to Denmark. But because of all this Brexit shit that's going on, because they want to be independent, and I don't get it. It's weird. Why would you change something that's good to start with? I don't know. But when that gets in place, I can't order from UK based websites anymore, because then there's it gets taken a toll, and you gotta pay like, how much is it, $40 to get the package released so you can get it, and that's just not worth it. But yeah, so I try to get as much as I can. But yeah. Oh, what I was trying to tell you is that if you would be interested in me showing you the clothes and maybe wearing them and making a little fashion show, you know. Fashion week in Paris, you know. But let me know down in the comments below if you would be interested in that. But anyways, I think I've said all that I needed to say. And I hope that you have a great week. If I don't make any more videos this week, I don't know. Maybe I'll make one Wednesday when I get the answer from my EKG. So you guys will be updated, you know. Follow me in the process of me dying. What the fuck, you know? No, I'm just kidding. I have the worst humor ever. Anyways, guys, it was so nice to talk to you, and I hope that I'll get to write you in the comments or write with you in the DMs, and I'll put my Instagram handle down in the description so you know. But anyways, I hope you have a great time, and thank you for watching. I'm very appreciative. Fuck the beach. You know what I mean. Anyways, bye guys.